This is the Plain English Real Estate Show with your host, Rowena Patton, a show that focuses on the real estate market in terms you can easily understand. Call Rowena now. The number is 240-9962 or 1-800-570-9962. Now here's the English girl in the mountains, the agent that I would trust, Rowena Patton.
Good morning. This is Rowena Patton on the Real Estate News Radio Show, in with Heather McCurry today.
Good morning.
And Randy Houston, of course, our
Good
trusted
morning.
producer.
Hello.
Happy Guy Fawkes night.
Okay.
So November 5th is kind of like July 4th.
In England.
Oh, yeah.
In England, yes.
Hot dogs and grills and
Hot dogs and grills,
fireworks
except,
yeah.
so what we do is build this gigantic bonfire. So when I was a kid, okay, it's all about safety, right? But when I was a kid, everybody used to build one in the backyard. And I don't mean a little bonfire. I mean for 6 months of the year, they're piling up all the crap you can possibly imagine. Old tables, old chairs, sticks.
How about mattresses?
Trunks, anything, yeah. To make this giant, well, maybe not mattresses. To make this, well, actually as a something to be underneath. But these things can be 30, 40, 60 feet high.
My God.
Massive bonfires. And then the really fun bit is you dress somebody up and put like a scarecrow, I guess. But it's usually the politician of the day or something like that, because they're English. And you put them on top of the bonfire and then you burn them.
I don't think she's talking about
Sounds
dressing
terrible.
a real person up.
So that's true.
Yeah, not a real person.
It did sound like she's going, safety first. Oh, we build big fires, not little big fires. Then we dress somebody up and stick them on top.
I'm realizing how nuts this all sounds, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually celebrate, but it was perfectly normal growing up, just like July 4th. Come on. You go down the street and say, what's July 4th? 95% of the kids have no clue what July 4th is, right? In fact, when
Fireworks.
Yeah.
fireworks, hot
cookouts.
dogs, exactly.
Lake days.
So it was actually November 5th was in place to mark the failed 17th century attempt to blow up the Parliament. So you can see a lot in London about this, and they were trying to assassinate King James I. It didn't work.
So this
Bunch
is a
of
celebration
Catholics.
that it didn't work.
Celebration that didn't work, yes. It was called the Gunpowder Plot. They were trying to, blow it all up. So the thing I used to enjoy as a kid, of course, we used to have sparklers, all kinds of fireworks. And November 5th in England is pretty chilly, so everybody's bundled up. But of course, it's outside because it's a flipping bonfire. And you'd get baked potatoes and wrap them in foil and bake them all around the base
At
of
the
the bonfire. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And it didn't take that long because...
Roaring
Can you
fire.
imagine? Yeah, can you imagine how hot that is? But it's it's a very fun night. All the kids look forward to it, and if you look at the food, does this sound familiar to Americans? So bonfire night recipes. Of course, they've got a bit more fancy pants these days. Sticky cider onion hot dogs. In other words, hot dogs. Homemade toffee apples.
Ooh.
Do we call them toffee apples?
Candy apple.
Candy apples.
Candy
yeah.
apples.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
S'mores dip. There was no such thing as s'mores when I was a kid. I didn't know what they were. So that's all new. We got an all Americanized, of course. And just all the usual stuff that we'd eat here on July 4th. It's exactly the same.
Cool.
It's a very, very fun night with lots of fireworks.
So
Are you
they
gonna
have no reason to celebrate July 4th there. They're
Not really, seeing as
Yeah.
we're celebrating independence from them.
exactly.
So we're like, yeah, we killed you off. We beat you out.
But we're still going to have a celebration on the 5th of
We just like to
November.
party.
Yes. Well, the fun thing is, Guy Fawkes died in 1606, if that gives you any idea of the timing. So I think he died. He died when he was young because he was only 35 when he died.
That's pretty young.
But of course, he died because he kind of got caught trying to blow up the House of Parliament. Oh my!
And then there's that.
And to be fair, 35 was probably elderly then. The average age is probably 40.
Yeah.
in
So are
the
you going to celebrate
1600s.
tonight, Ro?
Of course, I need a
Have you
bonfire.
been? I was going to say, have you been saving all of the wood from all of your remodeling
Home
and
mattresses.
all of that good stuff?
I want to do our first trivia. 828-240-9962. 828-240-9962. How was Guy Fawkes, Fawkes, Guy, Guy Fawkes, how was he killed? It's a really good one. It's kind of gross, and I always wondered how
that's
they
not
did
fair.
it.
We normally have warnings on our trivia on this show, but
Well, you could always just go and
you see how she does us.
you could just go and Google Guy Fawkes or bonfire night, and what does it mean? Or you're going to go. It's a 3 thing of a way of killing people in that time. It's a good way to start Saturday morning, isn't it? What were the 3 ways that they killed Guy Fawkes? They did the other 2 things to make sure that he was gone after the first thing.
Ooh, I don't even want to guess.
Haven't you all watched Outlander? I mean, come on, guys. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about some new, unique properties. Heather actually reminded me that we do have topics for the radio show,
That we don't often get to.
That we don't often get to.
We
So
have a lot of
today, we are actually going to talk about some unique properties. And we are not just talking about the Biltmore House, which, of course, is quite the unique property. Do we know why it's unique? Well, there we go. There's another trivia. We'll give you lots of trivia today. Of course, we've got $25 from the Sasser. Oh, what is that? So $25
French fries.
gift certificate from French Fries. $25 at French Fries. You could go and get 25 hot dogs on a Monday night. They do Hot Dog Monday. First time they did Hot Dog Monday. What is that face?
That wasn't a face. That was showing you how he died.
Oh, yeah, but there were 2 other things they did to him too.
I'm still reading while you're trying to distract me.
Heather's nodding her face. I'm like, what's she trying to tell me over there? It is funny. So we did a major event this week on
And we're supposed
Thursday.
to be all positive. It's all mindset.
We did a major
was so
event this
good.
week. You liked it?
Oh, it was awesome.
Good. Okay, so Amy came in, who you actually heard on the show a couple of weeks ago, came in from Iowa, Amy Wienand. So if you need to sell any or buy any property in Iowa, Amy's your gal. But wasn't she great?
She was phenomenal.
Full of energy, all about mindset, all about taking care of people. Yeah, she's absolutely
I resonated
amazing.
with her very well.
And then we had Marty Hampton, #1 team in Raleigh. She's been the #1 agent in the world before for RE&x. That's quite something. And she was quite incredible. And then we had a panel, just a great day all in all. And there are some pretty infamous pictures of us doing something like Charlie's Angels. I don't know what we were doing. But the funny thing is that we were doing it and we weren't getting it right, which made it even funnier. We will paste that on All-Star Powerhouse Real Estate on Facebook. All-Star Powerhouse Real Estate on Facebook. I'll get that posted on there later on today, and it's the silliest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Some of the pictures are interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's just call it that. I don't think we could get, I don't know, what were they, 24 of us at one point in time that the blur is kind of there. And some of them, you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
All of our teams together.
Yeah, well,
they were so cool.
Put all our teams together. Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to get everybody to be still.
Oh,
we had so
I
much
gotcha.
fun.
When it was all
we
fun,
had
when
so
the event
much
was
fun.
over. And, those kind of events take a lot of preparation, and then it's all gone.
Well, just the people you get to meet and interact with and the learning that you get and just the vibe and the energy that came from the room.
We gave out 50 books we have a best-selling book on selling homes. We gave out 50 of them to the first 50 people that came into the room. So, yeah, it was a great event. And thank you for the Renaissance Downtown for hosting us for that. That was very fun. So what is, we have listeners around the country. What is unique about the Asheville area? Well, we're in the mountains. Topography. I mean, that makes us pretty unique, doesn't it?
We never know what the season's going to be per day.
We never know what the season's going to be today because we have valleys and mountains, and that affects how the weather comes in. You never know if you're going to bump into turkeys on the way in. Actually, if I come into the radio...
How many were there? 8?
There's so many. I don't know if I can count them.
I mean, there were a whole lot on the ride in today.
I was almost late.
They're always right there. It's always like if you're going to see them, they're right at the entrance
4, 5,
of
6,
the drive
7,
to the studio.
8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, Randy, that means we've lost 2 turkeys because there's usually 13.
It's getting close to Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Randy.
Aw. Aw.
Well, we have a few homeless people here, so that is
I was
a
trying
lot
to get to
of Thanksgiving dinners for homeless people.
Yeah, sure.
How
Amy's.
many do you think you get on a plate out of one turkey?
How many?
Probably 8 people. Those are big darn turkeys. Probably
They
8
are.
people.
They are.
So we've got at least 10 of them, so that's 80. We've got another one that's 8. That's like
Feeding
dinner
100
for...
people.
Are you doing a
Yeah.
turkey giveaway now?
Yes, that is exactly.
Turkey shoot.
Turkey shoot, yeah.
We're going to feed 100
We're going to let him loose in the field back here where we're looking out the window and we're going to watch.
And
We're going to gather them up, throw them out there, and let y'all go.
How many acres is it, Randy? Did you 40 acres?
65.
65 acres downtown Asheville. It's insane, and nobody knows about our little spot here. Absolutely beautiful fields. I probably shouldn't be telling them because then they'll all know. You see deer wandering around. I saw deer last week.
Right.
It's amazing. People walk their dogs over here. It's probably illegal or something, but whatever. And so what else is unique about here, do we think?
I think that we have a lot of different styles of real estate in this area.
Styles of architecture?
Yes.
Yep.
Real estate, architecture, properties. I mean, you've got, like you said, we're in the mountains. You know, you just don't roll up and have flat land. You have houses that are built, you know, off the side of mountains. You have homes that are in valleys.
The funniest thing is, and I moved up from Florida, guys, so if you're from Florida, give me a break. Like, you know when you first move up here and you go, oh, I can't go down that driveway, or I can't go up that driveway. Oh, I definitely want a home with a view, and my budget isn't that large, and I don't want to live up a mountain. Well, actually, you can get view homes that aren't up a mountain, but it is very, very funny driving around with Floridians. Once you've learned to drive that steepness, very funny driving around with Floridians, especially on the windy roads as well. Of course, you know, to get to many of these places, you've got to drive around all the windy back roads.
And they're more narrow.
And they're more narrow.
They're very more so narrow. That made a lot of sense.
They're more so narrow.
They're more so narrow. It's
Definitely.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, and you know, one interesting thing I thought at the mastermind that we did on Thursday, we had Steve Wild on, and Steve Wild is a specialist in short sales and foreclosures. We've had him on the show before. We're going to get him on the show again very shortly because he specializes in short sales and foreclosures. There are always short sales and foreclosures. Foreclosures are when you can't pay your mortgage anymore and the bank takes your house back. It sometimes happens when we have an estate program to help people who maybe, it's a husband and wife, and maybe the husband's passed already and mom is going into a care facility. We have a program for you, our estate program, to help you move through that in a very different way. It's a very different kind of sale. Unfortunately, sometimes, I mean, you can imagine when you've been married for a really, really long time, you just get a little paralyzed for a while. And, you know, you've got all the memories in the house. You've been with somebody, married with somebody for 40 years, 60 years, whatever it is, all your memories in that house, and you just get kind of stuck.
We have that going on right now with someone, and it wasn't that situation. It was a father that they kept in the home.
Yeah.
For a long term, and, you know, they didn't until he passed.
Yeah.
And 3 siblings, and they struggling just
And they all
with the
helped
memories, and they're trying to be real compassionate with each other.
Yes.
And then the struggles are real, and until you're faced with them, you don't realize what the struggle it is.
And that gets very, very difficult because if you've got 3 siblings or 4 siblings, there's usually one of you wants to sell it now, and then you've got the other extreme that says, no, this is all my dad's memories or mom's memories.
We've got to store everything. We've got to keep it all.
Yeah, and then you've got 2 people in between. Well, and the 4th one may say, I'm just not ready to sell it. And the only issue with that right now is that there are ways through that. We've got all kinds of strategies for you. We can help you rent your home out. We can help one of you remodel it if you want to do a buyout. We can help you structure a buyout. We can do all kinds of things. We can get really creative with that. And it's important to speak to specialists who've been through that before. We're in a market right now where specialty experience is very, very important. Why is that? Well, because I've been telling you this for about 2 years now, maybe even longer, that we were approaching a shifting market. We're in a shifting market. Prices are coming down. It's normal. It's the economic cycle. It's been going on since 1860. Good old Clement Juglar there. I got Clement Juglar in early in the show today, 1860. 7 to 11 years. It goes on for a really long time. But it's important to understand this and understand that it's a cycle, which means that if you're clinging on right now or you're saying, you know, I think we missed the boat, Do you want to be waking up on a weekly basis going, I think we missed the boat for the next 7 to 11 years?
Well, in 5 years, you've missed it more than you have today.
Well,
possibly. You
3.5 to 5.5 years will be at the bottom.
Right.
So that's really not when you want to be selling it. So all I'd encourage you to do is add 7 to 11 years to your lives right now. Both of you partners, single person, kids, grandma, think of everybody around the Thanksgiving table this year and then add 7 to 11 and go, okay, does this house suit us in 7 to 11? That's the only important thing.
Yeah, there's 30 steps to get to the bedroom. Are you going to be able to climb those 30 steps?
Or the stairs. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I thought you meant just like with a step monitor on there. You had to walk
stairs, steps. You're right.
Absolutely. So if you have an upstairs or a downstairs. Now, there are things you can do with that as well if you just really don't want to move. There's a whole movement called aging in place and universal homes. There's a lot of architects look at universal living or universal homes. They look very like the average home. In fact, most people wouldn't know the difference. The doorways are a little bit wider. The hallways are a little bit wider. They tend to be single level. That's what's unique about the mountains. We probably have less single level homes than down in New York, Manhattan. That's only because they have to go up because the land is so expensive. But we really don't have a lot of one level homes, which are very important generally when you're aging in place. You don't, like you said, you don't.
Well, if we do have them, they're usually pretty older homes, and they are more narrow hallways.
Yeah, old ranches.
They're built smaller.
Absolutely. And there are lots of things you can do with those homes as well. Remodeling isn't that hard. Everybody thinks, oh my gosh, it's so hard, you can't find anybody to do anything. You really can. We do it all the time, and we have a whole group of people that we work with, that we're experienced with, who we can call on. So, and honestly, if you want contractors, doesn't matter if you're buying a house or not, if you just want to do some remodeling, 7 to 11 years, this house isn't going to work for me, I need to do some remodeling, then we've got those.
Even if you want to put your washing machine and dryer upstairs.
Then we've got those people for you as well. We've got a list of those people. We can put you in touch. We can find the people that will call you. You'll get a couple or 3 calls. Yes, it's very true. The 20 people that we've worked with, some of them are busy, so we'll go out to 20 of them and you'll get 2 or 3 calls so that you can get quotes on those. I'm doing it myself now. I'm buying a house. I close on that house next week. Can you believe that? So, again, don't believe your 6-week closings. I'm doing it in 3 weeks somehow. I don't know how that happened. However, I am remodeling the basement, and I'm seller possession after closing. We gave the seller that so that they get to stay in the home for another 60 days. However, we are remodeling the basement, which they don't use. It's completely empty before we actually move in. Yes, we have people to do it, and we've gotten 2 quotes so far. So we'll help you with all that pre-planning because you want your quotes when you found the house that needs the remodeling.
So didn't you do that during your due diligence period?
Getting the quotes?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's something that people might want to know that they can that's an option when they're looking to purchase a home?
Yes.
To go ahead during your due diligence period and weigh out all of your options.
Yes. And we're talking about unique homes today. It's almost like the unique homes that are missing. A lot of people, our number one request is single level living. Number one request. However, because of the lack of homes out there, I want you to think a little more creatively on that one. So, for example, if you're a couple that's retired and you just want a place for the grandkids to come stay, you can have 2 bedrooms upstairs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's another one where I was thinking, if one parent is left on their own or, all the kids have left home and you've got all that upstairs and all that downstairs, put a door in place. Get a contractor in. Doesn't cost that much. Get a matching door. That does? It saves you heating upstairs or downstairs. Usually you've got 2 zones going on. And, you don't have to worry about upstairs. Not only that, it will keep all the smells and dust and everything else. Clean it all up, shut that door and forget about it. Especially if you've got 2 zones, because then you don't. And normally you have if you've got a basement, because you don't want to be heating. If you're setting your thermostat to 70 degrees, you don't want to be heating or cooling the basement down to that.
That's what I was going to do with the house that I put the offer in on, that I was going to remodel. I was going to use the upstairs and close it off just for, extra space if my kids did come home or if they ever had grandkids. I'm not ready for that. But everything I needed was on the main level.
I'm ready for your kids to have grandkids. That'd be fun.
You can sit down over there. We're good if you're listening.
Let's get them married off first. How about that?
That would be yes.
Yeah, and then let's give them a year or two.
We've
to
got
have
them
some
educated.
fun.
We have them with good jobs.
Yeah.
We're doing well.
Yeah, let's keep it there for a while. You're right. So, when we're saying there aren't too many that are single level, that might mean an unfinished basement. I'm buying one with an unfinished basement. You want to buy creatively right now, and you want to sell creatively. You definitely want to sell creatively. What do I mean by that? So, for example, let's look at a home that is a classic 3-2, let's say 1900 square feet. That's what these brick ranches tend to be. And you have a basement. You're looking for, let's do something, and it's not that unusual, actually, a 5-bedroom home or a 4-bedroom home. That you don't tend to come across those, do you?
Not very often.
Right. I'm wondering, actually, if I did a search on our site right now, how many would come up. It's quite rare. However,
you have to stretch your counties.
You do it, what? Not necessarily. So when you get creative with this, like, no, I really need a 4-bedroom home. We both work from home. We both need an office. We need a spare bedroom, and we need a bedroom for us, or a guest bedroom. It's called a spare bedroom in England. I always fall back into that one. Just like a spare one. It's just spare, just in case you need it. And that's usually a multifunction room. Let's be honest, it's where you put all your junk. Or it's a combo office and bedroom. There's a lot of. I'm surprised there aren't more furniture companies that do combo offices and bedrooms now. I guess it just takes a long time for it to catch up.
Well, doing the searches that I was doing for myself.
Well, talk about what you needed.
I'm the unique. I'm a unique property in itself because I don't need an HOA and stuff like that because I have equipment.
Not unusual,
Storage is important. A garage area or space in a basement with a garage door for equipment. So, but I wanted a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
However, I have found that if I put in a 2-bedroom, sometimes you will find a 3-bedroom or something you could use as a 3-bedroom because it's got the extra room office quote area. But I don't need a 3-bedroom because I have small children. I just need it in case I need it, not because I have to have it.
Gotcha.
So I did a search with 2 instead of 3.
And then, so you've got that extra room that you could turn into a bedroom.
I can do an office with it.
To.
I could throw a day bed in it. I mean, it's there if I need it.
And the other one, to your point, Heather, is that often the septic precludes putting on 4 bedrooms when you've got a 2-bedroom septic.
Exactly.
But those 4 bedrooms have been used since 1965. There's 4 bedrooms there, but you got a 2-bedroom septic. For those of you listening, what that means is, especially in areas where you don't have many septics, downtown, for example, you don't have septics. If you're in a bigger city, you don't know what a septic is. So when you have a septic, you've got certain lines on the septic, and you get a thing called a septic permit. That permits the number of bedrooms that you may have, and that's the only way we can list it. So we just sold a a big one that slept 8 and only has a 2-bedroom permit. But it's been that way for decades.
No problems whatsoever.
No problems at all.
None.
Yeah.
But we can't advertise it any other way.
Right.
Because it's illegal.
I really think there should be a checkbox on the MLS. And I think it's because we're so unique in this area and that we have so many septics because it's the mountains.
Right.
And houses are more spread out, and there's a lot of rural houses because basically we don't have big, long flatlands where we can build thousands and thousands and thousands of houses like the average big city. A medium-sized city, but there's lots of valleys, there's lots of peaks. So therefore, you do find more septics. So that's the other creative way. However, it's very hard. You know what? I just had a blinding glimpse of the obvious. When I first got into real estate, 2007, when the market was crashing, I would encourage agents. I was driving them all mad to put. It was basically a hashtag. It was something that would pull those listings up. I'd encourage them to put something like "Bring the horses" if you had acreage, because in those days the MLS wasn't so fancy pants, and you couldn't find the horse properties as easily. There wasn't a checkbox for it. It wasn't farms. It was. I think we actually have something that there's a checkbox for equestrian now. We did not have that box. But why on earth are we not having, septic not an issue or more bedrooms, whatever? Like a little phrase that allows us to bring those homes up. Because believe it or not, folks, we do not have that on the MLS. So, and that is very limiting to you. If you're not thinking about selling your home now, but you're thinking about selling it in the future, you may want to get a quote, an estimate for putting another line in. It's $4,000 or $5,000, which sounds like a lot. But when you can advertise your home as a 4-bedroom house instead of a 2-bedroom house, that's a really big deal. You do need a closet in those bedrooms as well. But again, pretty inexpensively, you can build a closet.
You tend to add in the remarks. So if someone is searching and they're reading about homes, make sure that you read. Don't just rely on the 3-2 or the 2-2. Always go in and read, because it might say bonus room or office area / could be used as, those kind of phrases.
Right. So for most people, just so if you're thinking about selling or looking at buying, here's the issue. Most people are not searching for those homes in the first place. So if you've got a 3-bedroom septic and they want a 4-bedroom home, they're not putting in 3 bedrooms, they're putting in 4 bedrooms.
Correct.
So you're not even coming up. So if you need a 4-bedroom, so for example, if you need 5 bedrooms, I put in $450 because that's about our average price point now. Can you believe there are 6, but in the entire county, 6 homes with 5 bedrooms?
I was just doing that too.
That is going to make you somewhat.
Did you just do Buncombe?
Yeah, I'm going to add in Henderson right
That's what I was going to say. I knew that when I was doing it.
And you can all do this at home. You can play with this. If you're wondering about what I'm saying about getting creative here, mountainhomehunt.com, mountainhomehunt.com. All I'm doing is putting Buncombe County in, and then I'm searching. Isn't that interesting? There's none in Henderson County.
Even if
How
you
can that
don't
be?
put the money in it, I think it's limited.
Oh, really?
It seems like the other day
I'll take the price out.
I was
Let's have a
doing
look.
it. Did you do a 5-4?
Well, there's 94.
Or 5-3?
No, I just did a 5. Well, so yeah, that's a good point. So if you've got 5 bedrooms, don't you want 3 bathrooms? I mean, it'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it, not to have? That's going to cut out all the more little rinky-dink ones. And also, a lot of people are buying these for Airbnb. I want you to think about that as well. If I sort these by price, so now I've got 89 properties with 5 bedrooms. However, these 89 properties are...
I'm looking at the money now.
Yeah, I've got one, 219, 5 bedroom, 3 bath. The interesting thing is they're not showing the house. That tells me something. They're showing the land.
6.
Where's the house? Are you kidding? No.
Seems like
It's a double wide. 5 bedroom, 3 bath.
a
0.7.
double wide.
If you want, it's 2 mobile homes. That's very weird how they've done that. The property includes
multifamily.
So here's another. So I'm really glad we did that, because that's another way to get creative. People are saying there's not many homes on the market. I'm not sure I believe that anymore, honestly. We've got buyers coming out of the woodwork at this point, and 6% doesn't seem so high when you get used to it. 12 years ago, we were at 6%. It was perfectly normal in terms of the interest rate. This one is, so if you're interested as an investor, $219,000. 5 bedroom, 3 baths. That's when you add the 2 together. So they're probably 2 single wides. It doesn't say on here.
It's got to be a multifamily.
2 bedroom mobile home. Yes, 2 bedrooms. Additional space for a double wide mobile home. Previously rents for $900 and $1,200. But it also, if you wanted to move to the area, and you wanted to have a place while you're building your home or anything else, here are 2 homes for $220,000. Right, so is it going to be fancy? Well, no, it's $219,000 for 2 homes. So if you're looking to move your mom here, maybe you're moving up from Florida,
yeah.
Or investors, looking to move a parent up and then, checking out what you've got. They've also had a $20,000 price drop. That probably tells you something too. It's been listed for 3 months.
Well, it can't be. It's not the
just
city.
Want to know, or it's Buncombe.
Yeah. So it's Airbnb-able. Probably.
Most likely is that. Interestingly.
Maybe.
Sadly, a lot of agents don't write a whole lot. This one's got 3 sentences on there, short sentences.
Wow.
Yeah, you could probably tell me a whole lot more
If you're
about
interested
that.
in Airbnb, always do your research behind that, because it's not necessarily obvious when you're searching.
Well, and we can do that for you. That's why you want an agent to search all of this stuff for you. So the great thing with this is it's 0.73 acres, so you've got 3/4 of an acre, and you've got 2 mobiles on there. And, oh my gosh, I'm hearing all you Texans and Floridians and New Yorkers going, we don't want to live in a trailer. I can hear it, right? Or we take them out and there's trailers next door. Well, there's a bunch of mobile homes in the mountains. It just is what it is. But here's what's great about buying a property that is 3/4 of an acre for about 200 grand with 2 mobiles on it. You've got space. You could drag one of those off. You've got space to build your beautiful home. Now, I don't know what this land looks like, but there's nothing better when you're building a home than looking for an old mobile, particularly because they're cheap.
That's funny that you just pulled up one. I just pulled up one that's 6 bedrooms for $625 that are actually 3
Wow.
homes on one 9-track.
Well, let's follow that
9-acre
through
tract.
for a minute. What you have, and this is a public maintained road as well, long range views. We might have found a good one here, Heather. Long range views. Yes, it's a single wide, but here's what it gives you. It gives you, in the 99% of the cases, an established septic. You've got a septic in place.
Correct.
There's no perk tests. There's no permits. There's no all that rigmarole to go through. You probably need a permit to switch it over to your new house, but it's not the same as having to perk it, putting it in place, making sure you got the field in the right place, blah, 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 blah. It's there already. You've also got a water source in 99% of cases. You've got a well in place, or it could be on city water. Looking what this one is on, actually.
We have clients actually that look for that.
Yes. Well, why would
They look for single wides and stuff that have it in place. They have the water, they have the well, They know they're going to build, but it's just a better route for them to go.
Well, this is $200,000 for 3/4 of an acre with long range views with a publicly maintained road. And, often you can find 2 or 3 acres or 5 acres or 10 acres with this. But the fact that you have water and you have sewer in place, this has got a septic installed. Oh, you got city water. A lot of people like city water. You got the city water in place. That's a big deal when you're buying a piece of raw land.
Now that tap for the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can
That
drag
saves
one.
you like $3,000 off the top just for the tap.
Exactly. Drag one of the mobiles off, start building your home there, find the big,
Wow,
the
you
best
live in
home
the other.
side. While you live in the other, you've got somewhere to live. You're not renting a place.
Then when your kid turns 17, they can start.
Well, that's not such a
Move.
bad idea either. Or, you can plant some hedges around it so you can't see it. Although there are some mobile homes now that are really quite attractive. As you'll know, who listen on a frequent basis, I'm a big fan of modulars, off-frame modulars, not on-frame modulars. They appraise the same as a stick-built. They are built. I've just watched 2 homes be built in the last year by our home, and they've been rained on. The roof doesn't go on right away. 4, 5, 6 months later, the roof is open. All the rain's going on that wood.
You're watching a lot get built in your community
I know,
that
it's
are getting
amazing.
rained on.
It's amazing. Now, if you have an off-frame modular, now, a lot of communities, but they're changing their minds on this, a lot of communities, for some unknown reason, do not allow off-frame modulars. It's very odd. Off-frame modulars, you cannot tell, unless you're talking about the very inexpensive ones. But the ones that look like, if you want to call it a regular home or a stick-built home, you can't tell. They don't have those beams inside anymore, or any of that. They have coffered ceilings. They have granite and stainless steel. You can't tell. But here's the real truth. Usually they are built to much higher standards. They have to be. And they're much stronger. They're known for their strength in hurricanes or tornadoes, for example, because they have to go on a truck. You can't put boxes that have to go on a truck on a normal
fall apart
stick.
when they hit a
Yes, yeah, exactly.
bump.
Imagine. So think about stick-built homes when we have the very rare rumble of an earthquake, which is very rare here, or
Cracked sheetrock.
something going on. We have a big storm or something. Exactly, you get cracked sheetrock. I'm not saying you wouldn't get that in an off-frame modular.
They
but
repair it. Once they set the home, they come in and repair anything that happened.
yeah, absolutely.
During
They
it.
finish it out.
Yeah.
The other great thing is you can have a home within 3 months. So you could have, this is about getting creative again. Find what you want. Oh, I can't find a 5-bedroom home. Well, we can build it for you. Or we can find you a home with a basement. Now, we want to buy smart right now. We're going into a market shift. The prices probably won't go down like they went down last time. Nobody's expecting that. we will have something of a decline. The problem is with the decline is it's not really helpful if you're renting right now because the average rents, I looked them up this morning, $2,500. You know how much that is a year? 18,000. Is my math right on that? So there's your trivia question. How much is $2,500 a month over 12 months? 24. Yeah, it's $18,000. So we've got $18,000 in rent. To get to the bottom of the market, you got to wait 3.5 to 5.5 years historically. So let's say it's 20 just to round up the figures. $20,000 a year, 20, 40, 60 plus 10, $70,000 to the bottom of the market. Now, I'm going to run all these figures for you next week because I think it's really interesting to look at these figures. $70,000, you've just paid somebody else's mortgage for 3 to 5 years if you're renting right now.
That's, my problem.
You've paid somebody else's mortgage, but you're not looking to wait 3.5 to 5.5 years. Talk about the house that you want, Heather.
What I'm looking for?
Yeah, what you're looking for. So anybody that has this kind of home for sale, we want your home. Give us a call, 828-333-4483.
Mine's location.
Okay.
And
it's all right.
so
Go for it.
I'm
What do you
looking
want?
south of Asheville. I'm looking for either a 2 or a 3 bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
2 bath. I have to have 2 garage. It can either be a basement garage or it can be a detached or, it can just be
Or enough land to build a garage, enough space to build a garage.
at least a half acre.
At least a half acre, okay.
Yep. It can't have restrictions because I have equipment.
When you say south, what do you mean?
South Buncombe, Arden, Skyland, Mills River, Fletcher. I just would rather stay in a certain community area where I raise my kids. I'm kind of spoiled.
She's very spoiled, obviously.
Actually, okay, yes, I am. My kids are very spoiled too, according to their boyfriends. But anyways.
Uh-oh. Well, that might just be the guys saying that because you've got girls. Who knows? But the point is, listen, if you've got a house out there that fits what Heather is saying, All-Star Powerhouse, 828-333-4483.
The master bath has to have a tub and a shower. That's a true story, and you can search like that.
Well, right.
I don't like just
Price
the stand
point.
up. I just don't like the stand up.
Okay, but
I'd like to stay under 5.
We have to be a little bit flexible these days. I know you don't want to do work, but that is something that you could put in.
Who, me?
Yeah, that is something you can put in.
I don't want to work.
No. Want to do work on a house. You'd love to move into it with it all done. Well, talk about what you want. People are listening.
The last one that I did remodel and did it to flip, and I'm okay with that. Dwayne might not be.
You didn't really do it to flip. You remodeled it so that you could have a great house with good equity. You did it to live in, right? And just enjoy.
Well, basically, and then
environment.
it ended up being that I was like, yeah, we probably just
exactly
need to sell before the shift. Probably was where we were.
We need to get you on allstarbuyers.com. So we have a whole list of buyers and what they're looking for. It's called allstarbuyers.com. Go and have a look on there. If you're not listed right now, you may be one of the many people who think, I just can't go through this. It's such a pain listing your house. And,
is it?
Well, they may think that.
They might.
Right?
They need to talk to us.
You really do need to talk to us.
Because it's the marketing strategy that actually makes it so much easier.
Yeah. And you're not going to get people traipsing through your house all the time.
No.
And the holidays is such a great time to sell your house.
Oh my gosh,
warm
it's so decorated.
and inviting and decorated.
And have you ever noticed you really do tend to keep your home cleaner during the holidays? Do you,
What are you
Randy?
laughing at,
Randy,
Randy?
you're laughing. Do
Yeah.
you not?
You were
It's like-
talking, you warm and inviting and decorated and clean.
I'm like, you do. I mean, that's for me. Like you have your Christmas decorations up or your fall festive stuff and it's out and you're not going to have like dust on the floor and stuff. You're just automatically, it's like, oh, it's so nice in here. Let me just spiff it up some more.
I believe I'll live here. I like
Yeah. And then
this.
when you go to change from fall to Christmas, you're cleaning everything up and putting out everything else.
Maybe I should do all of that this year.
And then there's that. So we also have.
But I'm moving. I don't know when I'm moving.
If
right
anybody
now.
needs a home that's in a gated community.
Yeah, really. So We have a great home in a gated community. It's $1 million community. There's 2 in there for sale, way over $1 million.
Great lots. I mean, it's a really beautiful.
It really is.
It's really a beautiful community.
There's a pool. There's a clubhouse. You can walk down to the river. There's a whole.
It's really neat walking too. Like if you just like to get out and you have animals that you want to walk. It's got. I mean,
it's got a little lake.
It's not small lots. You know,
it's almost an acre and sometimes bigger than an acre for all of the lots.
Yes.
And this house we just dropped it $799,900, and it is one of those where we have a 3-bedroom septic. You could easily have 5 bedrooms, easily.
Are you creative on your selling? Do you have any creative strategies on
talking
selling?
about it? Could be 5 bedrooms. You mean?
That would be one of them.
Yeah, you're right.
And what about? Did you have? I mean, like you've remodeled the kitchen.
Absolutely, remodeled the kitchen.
And let's see what
polished
else?
up the floors.
You did that and
tied it up with a lot of Heather's help. Tied it up. She'd come over and she'd go, "Good Lord,
Rose is sitting there just beating on that computer, keyboarding it, almost hitting him as hard as Barbara. Love you, Barbara, but you and Ro are in a competition
because we're working all the time, you know.
And I'm over there like, okay, yeah, we've sweeping the floors. I just like that. I'm
We have 3 dogs. What are you going to do?
I sweep the floors.
Right.
Then I sit down and bang the keyboard.
Yeah, so $799,900. It's dropped from $875,000, I think, $899,000 maybe.
There's so much room for someone to come in, though.
Yes,
and even though you've done some remodeling, there's still
a lot of equity you could build in the house.
Yes, and there's imagination because it does have a good floor plan.
Yeah, got a master on the main. You've got another room that's used as a bedroom.
Gosh, a large closet. You've got a large bathroom with the garden tub. Oh yeah.
Big garden tub.
Yeah.
There's another room on the main level that's currently used
2-car garage.
Currently used as a bedroom with the bathroom that also doubles, full bath that doubles as the guest room on the main floor. So what that means is as a couple maybe in your 50s where you really don't want to go up and down the stairs anymore, it's exactly what we were talking about. You can live on that main level. There's plenty of square feet on the main level. You've got a great room. You've got a fireplace. You got a big deck, a new infinity deck off the back. It's where there aren't rails everywhere. It's a beautiful deck. And a front porch, and you've got a dining room, a great butler's pantry. I love that butler's pantry.
It's got the office, too.
Great office. Yeah.
Coat closet.
You could make that another bedroom if you wanted to.
I mean,
There's
when
an
you
office
walk
at the front.
in, it's open to everything.
2-story.
You can even see up the top rail of the upper level.
And, I've already bought the other house. I guess we better sell that one. But that's how confident I am in the market. You know, a lot of people are like, shouldn't be buying right now. Yeah, you really don't want to be buying. Don't sell. Wait till the leaves come on the trees. Listen, people need to buy and sell all the time. It could be that someone's passed. It could be that you're living in that gigantic house that doesn't have the right kind of memories for you. Maybe the kids aren't coming home for the holidays. You're like, why are we living in this gigantic house? It could be you have a lot of maintenance. Could be you have a lot of maintenance inside, a lot of maintenance outside. And then you've got the buyers. Maybe you have a child on the way. Maybe you're coming up to Thanksgiving. You're like, oh, good Lord, we're living in the basement. I can't take this any longer. Something like this. Maybe you're getting married. There's all kinds of reasons. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you're getting divorced. And you need a new home for yourself. There's always people who need to move, is my point. And you just need to get creative with it.
That reminds me of something that we listened to, and I can't remember if it was Amy or if it was Marty that said, out here, the world's going to talk about the interest rates are going up and people in the market's going to change. And it is going to change, but the fact of life is still going to remain the same. People are going to pass away.
Right.
They're going to have to sell their home.
Yep.
Divorce will still happen.
Yep.
Kids are going to move out. People are going to go
life.
in. Life happens.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
you're not going to put your life on hold for 7 to 11 years.
How can you? If we could, we'd all stay, 25, 26 years old? 31.
Yeah, I might stay.
Randy jumped up. Yeah,
I want a little bit of experience.
He's all about 31.
I don't know about early 20s. Oh, my gosh. Most boys would want their girls in their early 20s maybe, but I'll go right to 30, I think. Not 37, though, because 37 was kind of a tipping point for me. When I say get creative, I don't just mean, oh, honey, let's get creative with a house and I don't know, paint the walls or something. Get creative when you sell. Here's some creative ideas when you sell right now. Offer to buy down points. Buyers are nuts about the interest rates. Like, oh, we've never seen this before. It's our first time we bought a house and I can't believe it. It's gone from 3 to 6%. So now we're not buying a home. That makes no sense at all, by the way.
Let a buyer use their vision on a remodel or the paint or remodeling the kitchen in an allowance.
By offering a credit.
By doing a credit,
right,
yes.
so offer a credit. I mean, why people are like, oh, you know, we're embarrassed our carpet's dirty.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got dogs or kids or something. Why would you do that when you don't know what colour carpet the next people come in
or walls.
want? Or maybe they want vinyl, or maybe they, you know, luxury vinyl planks become very big. Or
maybe they're going to match the wood.
Maybe they're going to match the wood and do hardwood, because a lot of homes here are hardwood and carpet. The builders cheap out and they put carpet in because it's a lot cheaper than hardwood. However, you don't know what the next people want, so offer that credit. Buying down points is the big one right now. So what you do is, the way I do it at least, the way I advise my sellers to do it is offer, it depends on how much equity you've got in your home. Many of you bought your home 20, 30 years ago, and the average home price here is $425,000, $450,000. So you've got $450,000 because you've paid off your mortgage sitting there. And by the way, it's paper money, because if you wait right now and go down 3.5 to 5.5 years, the bottom of that cycle, that some of that paper money, guess what it's going to do? It's going to blow away because it's paper money. So the point is, you're able to take a little bit of that, maybe 15,000, maybe 10,000, offer to buy down their interest rate. You know, they could be buying home the same as they would have been 6 months ago on that lower interest rate, because you're buying it down for them. It also makes you stand out. It makes you look different. Not a lot of agents are familiar with it here right now, but when that person in Florida or New York or California, all the states where people are coming in from, Texas, DC, when those people read that on the MLS, that we will buy down your interest rate, that can make your home, if there's 6 homes like yours available in the 2 counties they're looking in, that can be the one factor that gets you on the list for, you know, the buyers coming in and taking a look at your home. That's what getting creative is about. If you're buying a home, we talked about that one already. If you're looking for 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, you know, you're looking for some more bedrooms, there are ways of finding those with an unfinished basement. It's not that hard. Now, there is not a checkbox for whether it's going to have 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, 9 foot ceilings. That's our job.
That's something else too.
Right. We have to go through those. And listing agents, please put that on. If you finish the basement, what height will those ceilings be? It's another one where we can help agents out there get creative. I will wing out an email like I did before, and we'll just do a hashtag. We'll do hashtags. All they are, for those of you like, we didn't do them hashtags on Twitter and Instagram and all that nonsense. All hashtags is a librarian's way of bringing topics together. So when you got a hashtag that's hashtag, I don't know, bring the horses, that means you can put in a keyword, and you can do that on our website, certainly, mountainhomehunt.com, mountainhomehunt.com. There's a keyword search. Make sure you go to the More button. There's a big blue bar top right, price, type, beds, baths. You want more than that. Any old, you can go on Zillow and do that nonsense. You want to go down to More. And there's a little button on there that you can't see very well. Like you've got creekfront, waterfront, riverfront. You've got golf course view. You've got barn. You've got garage. You've got patio. I mean, garage you could probably find on most of them. You've got guest house. You've got heat with gas. Now we're cooking with gas. Mm-hmm. You've got basement finished. You've got all kinds of stuff on there. We can find more for you, but this at least kicks you off. That's mountainhomehunt.com. Click on the More button, and it will give you all those popular features. If you're looking for a gated community, we don't have that many gated communities here. If you're looking for an adult community, we don't have that. That's 55 plus. You generally have to be 55 plus to move in. A lot of them have relaxed that to 50. Just one of you needs to be that age. Mm-hmm. They're not going to make some of you might want to leave your wife or your husband outside the community.
All right.
But most of them let your spouse in too, even if they're younger than you, which of course they are. We've got horse property on here. Here's one way to find an adult community or something like a gated community or something like an adult community. You can actually do the checkbox, or you can go on and you can look for clubhouse or community pool. Generally, when a property has a clubhouse or a tennis community, it's going to have all of those amenities that you're looking for in a gated community, right? So it's another way to find them. We can get very creative for you looking at that. Don't be a stick in the mud. Don't go, I've got to have a gated community. Actually, you can do that because we've got a great house for you at $799.9 in a beautiful gated community of $1 million homes with a pool, with a clubhouse. A river is that you can go and walk in the area down by the river. So yeah, you can be a stick in the mud with that too. But just open your horizons a little bit, and you'll find the home that you want. Call us. We can help you. We can help you. Hey, finishing out a basement, you're probably looking at $30,000. Outrageous, $30,000. Think about the lower priced home you can build. You can purchase at 1,800 square feet, where you can add 1,800 square feet. You know what two 1,800s are? 3,600 square feet. That's a big home here. That's a very big home here.
That's what I did with my first one.
There you go.
It was 26 on the top, and I finished out the basement. Well, I finished out half the basement.
Yeah. Look for those screened-in porches where you've got a proper foundation in place. We can help you with this. I've done that on one of my homes where I finished out the screened-in porch and added 250 square feet. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you buy a house that's 1,200 square feet, that's a lot of extra square footage. And you know what? It's not just about the size, it's about the flow of the house. How can you improve the flow of the house and make it feel more like a home? So, for example, on one of the houses that I've done, you walk straight into the living room. I don't like that. And it really cut the room in half. I actually blocked that door off and put the door on the side and finished the screen in porch and added a room there. So you had a mud room to walk into, essentially. It wasn't a very high cost to do it. It didn't take very long to do. It's another way of getting creative and building the home that you want. So tell us your home you want. I've done 43 of these now, 43 remodels and redoing houses. That's why I look so tired. I can help you with what you can choose and how you can do it. Heather's done a number of them too. We can help you. If you're in your house right now, give us a call, 828-333-4483. We can help you navigate, even if you want to wait till the spring to sell your home. You want to put things in place now that we can help you with. We'll come out. We're not high. Are we high-pressure salespeople, Heather?
No. It's, to be honest, it's not worth it.
It's not. You're right.
And the reason why is because if we high-pressure someone to do something, I'm not going to have anybody live with regret on my watch.
Oh, gosh.
Never.
I love that. She said, I'm not going to have anybody live with regret on my watch. That's why, for all these last few years, as prices have been going up, we've been doing our very best to protect our buyers by buying creatively, where you can add equity to the home, where it isn't 20% over the list price.
We do the same thing with the sellers. We don't want them to lose money because they're worried about what somebody thinks.
Yeah. We'll help you get it in a position where if you want to do it now or anywhere in between now and next spring with the leaves on, we get it. We'll come out. We'll talk to you. We'll see you on the radio next week.
This has been the Plain English Real Estate Show with Rowena Patton. Visit Rowena and post your questions at radioasheville.com or call her at 828-210-1648.